Delivering all of these features across such a wide range of devices while maintaining high performance is a challenge we take really seriously. And so for iOS 12, we are doubling down on performance. And because we want these changes to be available to the full range of our customers, iOS 12 will be available on all the same devices as iOS 11. You'll see that apps launch up to 40% faster. The keyboard can come up to 50% faster, and you can slide to take a photo at up to 70% faster. Now, I'm actually in the Measure app. You see, I can easily measure along this suitcase by just tapping and dragging out a line like that. And check that out. Next, I'd like to talk about the key technology behind these augmented reality experiences, and that's ARKit.
We have Assembly Square. It's one of our Lego creator sets. And already it has so many great details, it's awesome to play with. But wouldn't it be great if we could take things even further and bring them to life?
I'd like to turn to photos. But our focus is on sharing great photos with the people you care about most. And that's why this year in For You, we've added sharing suggestions. Well, afterwards in For You, you'll see a suggestion like this to share those photos. If you tap in, you'll see that Photos is even recommending a set of photos from that set that you might want to share, and suggests who you might want to share them with, based in part by the people that appeared in the photos. And when your friend receives them, something really magical happens. Their phone searches their libraries for other photos they took at that event and suggests that they share them back to you. And next, let's turn to Siri. But we wanted to make Siri able to do much more for you. And we're doing that by taking advantage of the power of apps with a new feature we call shortcuts. Well, the Tile app can expose the option to add a shortcut to Siri. You can assign your own phrase, such as, "I lost my keys," would be a good choice. And when you then say it, Siri will automatically activate Tile and show you right in the Siri UI, start ringing your Tile just like that.
And I can just tap Add to Siri, record my custom phrase, travel plans. Travel plans.
Kayak says, your hotel is at 929 South Broadway. You can check in after 3 p.m.
Next up, voice memos. We've also completely rebuilt voice memos to make it even easier to use. We're bringing voice memos to the iPad for the first time. Importantly, we've also added iCloud support, so your recordings stay in sync across all your devices.
But some apps demand more of our attention than we might even realize. They beg us to use our phone when we really should be occupying ourselves with something else. They send us flurries of notifications, trying to draw us in for fear of missing out. We've thought deeply about this, and today we're announcing a comprehensive set of built-in features. Now, it starts with Do Not Disturb. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and you look at your phone, maybe just to check the time, and you're confronted with something like this. And so we're introducing Do Not Disturb during bedtime, where all you'll see is this, nothing to get you spun up. Now, we also wanted to give you help managing large numbers of notifications. So I'm thrilled to announce that we're bringing to iOS support for grouped notifications. Notifications are grouped not just by app, but also by topic and thread. It gives you a great overview of the notifications you've received. We wanted to go further, and it's with a feature we call Screen Time. Screen Time empowers you with both insight and control over how you spend your time. And it starts with reports. Every week, you get a weekly activity summary that details how you used your iPhone or iPad. Now, equipped with this insight, you can make decisions about how much time you want to spend with your device each day. We know this is something that can help families achieve the right balance for them. And of course, it starts with providing your kids with great information so they get an activity report of their own. But as a parent, you get one as well on your device. And based on what you see, you have the option of creating allowances. FaceTime is the way that so many of us connect with the people in our lives and share some of our most important moments, because today we're introducing group FaceTime. You'll be able to FaceTime with 2 people, 3 people, actually up to 32 simultaneous participants.
We're excited to introduce watchOS 5 today, which brings even more ways for you to stay active and connected.
First, staying active to increase your well-being and health, and second, being connected to the people and the information that you care most about. In fact, from our fitness lab, we've studied over 6 terabytes of data. We believe this is the largest biometric data collection of its kind. And we take this information and we work to integrate this seamlessly with the user experience. So when you raise your wrist and you look at your activity rings, the information is not only accurate, but it's also meaningful to you. Now, when you do want to go do a workout, there's a lot of workout types you can choose from. And they all have custom algorithms to measure things like calorie burn, pace, distance, elevation gain. And when you're swimming, it even counts laps and detects what swim strokes you're using, starting with a new workout type for yoga. Now, this works primarily from your heart rate. And we calibrate this to your fitness level through the rest of your day. So now you can more accurately track those yoga sessions, including those intense vinyasa sessions. And Apple Watch has become a really great running companion, especially now that we've added GPS and cellular and music streaming. And we're making this an even better experience now for training runs and races. Introducing Walkie Talkie. This is a new app on Apple Watch. It's a fun, easy way to talk with friends and family. If they accept, then you can speak to each other with Walkie Talkie whenever you like. With watchOS 5, we've integrated WebKit, so now you have the ability to view web content in mail or messages.
Today, we've got some great new enhancements to Apple TV 4K and tvOS, and we think you're going to love them.
And we know what makes for an amazing cinematic experience is not just great picture quality, it's also incredible sound. So Apple TV 4K is bringing you the latest in audio technology. Dolby Atmos. Apple TV brings some amazing views right to my living room with aerials. Now, one of the questions I get asked the most about aerials, where is this? Well, this fall, with just a tap of the Siri remote, you'll now be able to see every aerial location.
It's true that macOS is the heart of what makes a Mac a Mac. Our next release of macOS is macOS Mojave. So here we are live in macOS Mojave. And I'd like to show you a new side of Mojave. We call it dark mode. Now, the desktop is so crucial to how many of us use our Macs. When we have files that we're actively working on, we often put them on the desktop, and we call it desktop stacks. All of the contents of your desktop are automatically arranged into these stacks. And they can be arranged by kind, by date, or even by tag. We've also brought some great new changes to the Finder. List view, there's of course column view, but now we've added an all-new view called gallery view. Has a big preview up top, a set of thumbnails along the bottom, and it makes it easy to preview images, video, presentations, and now the new sidebar in Mojave really helps because it now supports full metadata. And so we wanted to take advantage of continuity to bring that to the Mac. Well, when I select this object, I can choose to take a photo. And I want you to watch what happens when I select this to my phone. It automatically, immediately lights up, ready to take a photo. So I can take one like this. And when I do, I can select Use Photo, and it appears directly in my document. You know, one of the reasons that people choose Apple products is because of our commitment to security and privacy. Next, I want to turn to some great enhancements to Safari. Last year, we introduced intelligent tracking prevention to dramatically reduce the ability for apps to track you across websites using cookies. This is the kind of thing where you look at a product on one site, and then you move to another site, and somehow this is just following you wherever you go. These like buttons and share buttons, and these comment fields. Well, it turns out these can be used to track you, whether you click on them or not. And so this year, we are shutting that down. They use another method called fingerprinting. And as a result, your Mac will look more like everyone else's Mac, and it will be dramatically more difficult for data companies to uniquely identify your device and track you. And the fact that the Mac and iOS share so much technology has led people almost every year to keep asking us the question, are you merging iOS and macOS? So I'd like to take a moment to briefly address this question. No. And so we'd like to give you a sneak peek of a multi-year project we have going on, because we see a huge opportunity for the Mac to tap into the world's most vital app ecosystem. It's called iOS. And so we've taken some key frameworks from iOS and brought them to the Mac. So this year in macOS, we've taken some of our own iOS apps, and we've brought them to the Mac using this technologies to make sure it works well. And it turns out they make fantastic Mac apps, and we were able to bring them to the Mac with very few code changes.
On behalf of everyone at Apple, thank you.